let's get started with the demo. So we're going to do a quick poll just so I can understand the audience a little bit. How many of you have a device already and are ready to get it started? All right, let's take a look. Take a second. Okay, most of you have the device already, and most of you have tried using it. So I'm glad I could be of assistance here. Please feel free to type into the Q&A. I will try to go a little bit faster in the setup and demo because a lot of you have done it already. Okay. So we're going to start with setting up an account. As I've mentioned, if you've never used it before, download the app. You're going to register for an account on the app, and you will be required to confirm your email address before logging in. So after you typed in your account and your password, you're not going to be able to log in until you confirm your email address. So please do that. Take a moment. And very, very important, please be sure to enter your correct year of birth. This is really, really important because your age actually does have a lot to do with your vision. So we take that very seriously. Please select your birth year accurately. You can change that later if you already have an account and you're not sure. Log into your account. On the upper left-hand side, there's a little 3-line menu. You can click on profile and make a change there if you want to check. Please feel free. This is very, very important. Okay. Next, making sure that your phone settings correct. The first little box is specifically for anyone using an Android phone. Make sure you're using the highest resolution display possible because the test itself is displaying 2 lines on your phone screen. The higher resolution means more accurate results because we can then get a better grasp of where the pixel is. For both Android users and iPhone users specifically, make sure the zoom functionality is disabled. I believe we set this in our phones if you have the newest version of the app. But double check because sometimes the zoom function makes the screen really big and you have a hard time fitting the device onto your screen. So just double check that. So if you want to check zoom functionality, it should be under settings and going to display settings, and the zoom should be right there. We'll do a double check. Okay. A couple more things before we start. I have personally spoken to many users, EyeQue users, especially VisionCheck users, even our best users. And this is people who have done multiple tests and love our product, gotten extremely accurate, eyeglass numbers and getting glasses. Everyone reports a learning curve. And please expect a learning curve because that is, you've never really done this before, looking into a device, trying to find 2 lines while tapping on the touch sensor to align it. So it's not a very natural process. So it does take a few minutes to get used to, but trust me, you will get there. After the practice session and the first test, you will go through the next test without an issue. A quick stat from my side is usually takes the user about 15 minutes to complete the first test. And then after that is 3 minutes, 5 minutes per test completed. So you will get a lot faster after you get the grasp of it. That's all. Making sure your phone's Bluetooth function is on because this device connects to Bluetooth. The VisionCheck device doesn't have to be fully charged, but if it's not charged, you will need to charge it. If you are starting this for the first time using the app, before you're taking a test, there will be a practice session that you're required to complete. So there is a tutorial video. There are exercises on how to tap the buttons, the touch sensor buttons. These are solid buttons. Think of it like a smartphone screen. When you gently tap it, it senses it. Instead of depress, it does not push down. So just gently tap before you can proceed to a full test. So today we're going to skip the practice session and I can show you how a test is actually done. Or you can do that along the way. That's not a problem either. Okay, testing directions. Your goal is to overlap the red and green lines that you see through the device. After attaching the device onto your phone, you're going to see 2 lines through the device, one eye at a time. Your goal is to overlap them fully vertically as much as possible. You'll be overlapping these lines for 9 angles per eye, and you need at least 3 consistent tests, full 9 measurements per eye to generate eyeglass numbers. Why do we need so many test results? Well, we actually don't know anything about you and your vision past. So we want to display to you only accurate results that we feel confident doing so after about 27 tests per eye. So touch sensors on your device, the first 2 that are closest to you and the eye cup, touch sensor 1 and 2, these move the lines closer or further. They move together. Either they both start moving outwards or they both start moving inwards. And touch sensor 3, you have to hold it 2 seconds for it to work. It doesn't just gentle tap, because that's actually a feature. You hold it for 2 seconds to move into the next angle. You'll see as we go through the test that it actually shifts to a different angle, so the lines are at a different position. Okay. Keep in mind, you can't see the lines. Well, these 2 little slits are not in front of your pupil. So adjust it a little bit, wiggling around. If your arms are tired, or you just keep losing the lines, you just can't see it, well, stabilize your elbows on a table or a surface. That way you're very, very still while looking at the lines, and that way you can keep it there. You want accurate results, especially people that are younger than 30, 35. Make sure you are tricking your brain into thinking that you're looking into a distance. So by keeping your non-testing eye open and looking at a distance far away. Usually, look at an object like a doorknob or like a plant or something like that. Lastly, wiggling required of the device, not you. I mean, you can wiggle too if you really like, put on some music. It's supposed to be a relaxing experience. And what you do is, if you're having trouble finding the lines, what you would do is start at your eye, and what you want to do is gently move the device left and right, up and down, until you do see the lines. Here are some of the things that you may notice while you're testing. I just want to make sure you're not confused before we get started. Is there may be a very faint red or green line that is outside of the 2 lines that are either touching or a lot brighter. So there is a faint line. That's the reflection of the line from the base lens of the device. Please go ahead and ignore it. It's never going to overlap with the green line ever. So just go ahead and ignore it. And some people have asked that what does it mean to be overlapped? So we want you to vertically merge the yellow lines. Having a little red cap on the top or a green cap on the bottom, that's perfectly fine. You just don't want it to have the red and green lines actually, the long parts, you don't want to see any colors on the long parts. The end caps is fine. So we have a little a graphic to show you. So as long as they are aligned vertically, you'll get good results. Okay. Well, actually, let me see. Let's actually get started. What do you say? I'm gonna stop the share right now, and I'm on camera. Hello, everybody. All right, let's get started. Let's launch the VisionCheck app. Here we go. All right. So this is my dashboard. I have a lot of test results. So I have a really beautiful, set of numbers. This is actually my vision. I'm very nearsighted, as I said, as I mentioned. So if this is your first time using it, you're not going to see anything in there. It's going to be a blank dashboard. So if this is your first time, you're going to be going through a practice session before you can administer a full test. But for some of us who have done the practice session, the real test is basically a longer version.
To complete the following exercises.
Voice instructions. I'm actually with you every step of the way. I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. First thing we do is pair the device. So here is the VisionCheck. Hold it for 5 seconds and you'll see the blue light blinking. See that? And scan. There is a device in the area. Just click on it and it'll be paired. And when you do, when you gently tap on the touch sensor, you start feeling this like haptic feedback, this little vibration that tells you your touch has been registered. Okay, I'm going to continue. This is the page I see next. You're going to attach the device. There's a microsection tape on the bottom with the touch sensors facing up within the gray dotted lines like that. And take your elastic band and gently wrap it around your device. You don't want it to be too tight, especially if you have an iPhone, but just make sure it's not sliding around. Oops. And if you have the device and it's not sticking very well, what you want to do is gently wipe the bottom, the microsection tape with a damp cloth, and it'll clean it right off and it'll be nice and sticky again. Okay. I have it attached. Next, answer a few questions on screen. I don't have a screen protector, so I have a slightly cracked screen. In order to get accurate vision numbers, you want to be testing without vision correction. That is next. If you accidentally test it with your contacts on, don't worry, reach out to support. We can always remove the information for you. So just, feel free to contact support. Our team is here to help you every step of the way. We just love it when we can help out. Like, trust me, that's what makes my day. So instructions. So here's the hard part. And a lot of people have trouble doing this because the learning curve, the majority of the learning curve is not being able to see the lines. You start with your right eye. What you do is keep the device and your phone at, a comfortable reading distance, and looking at the two little slits here, that's where the lines are displayed. What you want to do is look at that and very gently move it towards your eye until the eye cup very gently rests on the skin around your eyes. And then you should be able to see a red and a green line. It's either partially overlapped or far apart, or sometimes, if you're lucky, it's fully overlapped. If you don't see one of the lines, like I said, you want to wiggle a little bit. What you want to do is actually very gently move your phone left and right. And if you're at a very stable posture, like with your hands, elbows on a table, you'll be able to hold it right there. And once you know what you're looking at, it becomes really easy to find it for the next position. So I'm going to turn around and show you. Basically, what we want to do is this right here. So I see the lines, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently tap the button number 1. Oh, it's actually moving them further. So I'm going to tap button number 2, touch sensor number 2, and I feel the gentle vibration coming back. Okay. Now, the line I see is mostly yellow. There's a little red on the top, a little green on the bottom, but that's fine because this is as merged as they can be. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger on touch sensor number 3 for 2 seconds, and my device just went, and then it turned into the next meridian, which is very slightly at a, I think this is a 45-degree angle. And basically just complete the process. And we talked about tricking your brain into seeing far, far away. You'll get a hang of it after maybe, a couple of tests. And what you want to do is, as you're seeing the red and green lines, instead of squinting, which a lot of us do, intuitively, because you want to see the lines better, you want to try to relax your face, open your other eye, and try to look at something far away. And the reason being, if your other eye is closed like this and you're staring at your phone screen, your eyes are actually really great at figuring out how far something away is from your face. That's the depth perception. So your phone and the device is just inches away from your face. If you're not relaxed and looking at a distance, in my words, tricking your brain into thinking that you're looking at a distance, it will give you a more negative measurement because it's giving you a measurement for short distance. So it's something that does take a little bit longer to master, but I promise it will make sense. So if you've ever done the hidden cross view pictures, like you see a bunch of, geometric patterns, but if you look at 2 dots at once and you stand far away, you'll see a hidden pattern on the inside. If you've done that before and you are really good at doing that, this will be super, super easy. If you can't do it, you can definitely learn. So what my trick is, is that I would close this non-testing eye. After I find the lines, I'll open it and try to look at something far away. That'll give me the best results. And I'm gonna keep tapping away to find the lines, and I'm at position 3. You could be this fast too, just give it time. And you can take charge of your vision. You can test anytime you want in real time and get updated vision correction as needed. Position 5. Okay. And then I think they're pretty overlapped at this point. Merge to the next position. So keeping your posture really stable has another very good effect, which is if you are stable, you're not wiggling around, it's not moving the lines around, it's not moving the phone around, it does end up giving you a more consistent test result, because consistency is how we judge the quality of the test and our confidence in return. So if all of your tests are really, really consistent, they're all within the same ballpark, then we know you've done the test correctly and you got similar results every single time. We are way more confident at giving you eyeglass numbers at that point versus if, let's say, same as if someone shared your results, shared your account, you have one result that's like a +1, another one that's +2, another one that's -3, then your results are all over the place. And we really don't know what your true correction is. That results in a lower confidence result. So I'm gonna do my left eye. I'm gonna test my left eye next. Same procedure. Your screen will flash a little bit just for a couple of seconds to tell you it's time to change eyes. So same thing, I'm gonna look for the lines and I'm gonna start overlapping them. For some people, by the way, the left eye is a little bit harder than the right eye, and that's because we have dominant eyes, just like we have dominant hands. So if you thought the right eye was so easy, you just saw everything without a hiccup, you might have a little bit of issue with your left, but if you really struggle with your right eye, you just can't see the lines no matter what you do, your left eye will be really easy because you probably have a dominant left eye. Very interesting, right? The little things we know. Okay, keep going. Okay. All right. Oh, I don't have my glasses on. Putting on my glasses. Okay. All right. So finished my result. I finished my test. I'm gonna save my results, and there we go. Make sure you save it. Don't discard it. And I'm back on my screen. Eyeglass numbers for me. However, if you've never done this before, like I said, you need at least 3 consistent tests in order to receive eyeglass numbers. So give yourself some time. 20 to 25 minutes should help you complete all 3 vision tests. And you'll be able to, that's my next slide. What can you do with your eyeglass numbers? Right. So for some people, it takes 3 sets of tests. You're pretty consistent. You got eyeglass numbers. For some people, it's 4 tests. For some people, it's maybe 5 or 6. So if you're struggling after the 4th test, reach out to support. Let us help you. We're just here to make sure you get the best results possible. So what do you do with your eyeglass numbers? So it's very important for me to share that eyeglass numbers are not a prescription. A prescription, by definition, is a document issued by a doctor. So this is not a doctor, unless you are a doctor. I'm not a doctor. This is not a prescription. So eyeglass numbers are just refraction results for you based on your tests. So we recommend an eye health evaluation and a full eye exam regularly, especially for people over the age of 65, based on your doctor's recommendation. Our products are not a replacement for the eye doctors. We cannot say that enough. So please go get your eye health exam. Without the health of your retina, without the health of your cornea, the refraction is doesn't even matter. A little bit more on how to interpret your eyeglass numbers. So the eyeglass numbers that's shown on your dashboard on the slide here is actually given in the same format as a prescription. So this is the results. All of the refraction results are given the same way. The first number you see is spherical. Spherical minus signifies nearsightedness, plus signifies farsightedness. This gives the power of correction for nearsightedness and farsightedness. The next two numbers, cylinder and axis, gives you the corrective power and the angle for astigmatism. If you have astigmatism of below minus 0.5, or if you have a plus number, it can be converted. If you have an astigmatism of below minus 0.5, so minus 0.25 or 0, you don't really need that much correction, but that's really up to you. The next number, NV add right here, NV add is for near vision add. This number currently we give an age-based calculation. Our My Reader number, if you're able to download the app and try it out, will give you a really personalized result based on your reading, computer use preferences, and your actual focusing power. Lastly, pupillary distance PD will show up once you administer at least one pupillary distance measurement, again, right in the app. What you can do with your eyeglass numbers: track your vision over time, get the try-on glasses to experience your results. We ship it here, we make them every single day, and then you can use your eyeglass numbers to compare to your glasses prescription. I mentioned earlier about inconsistent results. If you are struggling, if you're struggling with inconsistency, please reach out to support. If you've taken 4 or 5 tests and you still can't get an accurate or consistent eyeglass number, let us know. We're here to help you.